All right, hello everyone to another dev session. It's dev session number 80. Isn't that exciting, huh? Anyway, so we're continuing our designs for our enemies here. Gotten a lot of feedback for going to be on the drawing tablet today. And what are we working on? We're working on Eldoria. It's a Souls-like RPG where beneath darkness waits light, where we dig deep enough. And we're going to share our Steam page. We do have a cozy Discord server with a great community of gamers, streamers, game devs, so feel free to join us if that calls you. Right. So, Greg and Lucas have been so amazing with this redesign. A lot of systems, a lot of enemies. Probably accentuate the size of the legs. Let's see if I can move this down. Make them more toady. My notes on exactly the updates. I was making my tongue longer. They'll have a tongue attack where they can pull you in and then they bite you and they can infect you with poison. So the goal is to have like very unique and interesting gameplay and like enemy behavior. Like every enemy becomes more memorable because they have unique attacks and ways that they move and stuff like that. Also, I tend to make the hands too small, so I'm just gonna make that more accurate. Got everything. You know what? It could be messy at first. Like, sometimes we get so caught up in trying to make everything perfect, and that's exactly what got us into the predicament that we've been in. It's what we expect our games to look perfect and feel perfect, and it's an iterative thing, and combat's really important. So we're going to focus on that first, get prototypes working, and out from there. I think what happened? Greg worked on scaling certain parts of Rattoad, like bigger and smaller. It's the version of it that's still less small because I don't know what the size is. Anyway, that's fine. Yeah, it feels better already. Blocked out. He does this blocking out process too with some 3D modeling. Uses a lot of splines and Blender, very smart. So the thing is though with tongues, like they don't have to be hanging out. But the thing is with this creature, the mouth is never really closed all the way, which is disgusting. But I think it would make sense to have the tongue sticking out then. Toads don't, they can actually close their mouths, so I'll be okay with that. Mm, It's the tummy, the size. I mean, it can retract, like there's more of it stretchy. So I think I'm okay with this. Let's see here. No, oh, some have to be stick the idea across. Or it's this one. Oh, be tough to select things with the pen. Okay. That's really. Yeah. Not going to a museum. Okay. I like to have pride in my work. I feel good, but also how much time I've spent on projects that don't even go in the game anyway. So and then sometimes I throw it out. There's times where I don't even keep it, so it's taking all day on it. Sweet onions. Sweet allergies or something. Usually why. Um, I mean, I don't think we necessarily have to go all toad and have like the neck sack thing because I wanted to have like a rat aspect to them. So really now to me, I think it's just the legs. Going to sketch this out. Blue color. I mean, I could always just scale all of those. So I'll go this. Last really. Like the back be really big. Oh, this on another layer too. Fine tune selecting. I'll do one light at a time. It's gonna be fun. It's pretty so uh, it's away. Like the other one. Oh, hey, Cookie. Seems good. Yep, I'm finally on camera again. So I gave some of these enemies names now. Some of them are funny, but I don't think you're really going to be able to see them like the names when you're in combat and stuff. I'll be in the bestiary. So the bat is actually going to be called Watcher. I gotta organize all this shit for the 2 weeks for sure. Guardian bird, Rattoad. I'm editing Rattoad now. The spider, we're calling it. This is my favorite one. What do I call it? Ball of sentient filth. Is that sentient ball of filth? What has a better ring to it? I mean, ball of sentient ball of filth. Yes, sentient ball of filth. That's right. All right, that's the spider. So sentient ball of filth. And Greg made some edits. He was watching it with the model last night, so I could sketch them out, but it might just be easier to wait for him to send me the blend file. So just watcher. Uh, so just gonna make the legs bigger. I don't know. I might color it. Color the legs a little bit like the sparkle. I put this out too soon. There's parts of the body that I don't want to say. Come on. I don't want to do that. I know. Did I just select this? Why is this? Oh, I know. Right, like, and it doesn't have to look perfect. I'm just ready and move on. There's a faster way to do this, but I don't think so. Boundaries. Selected for members. Yeah, it was gonna look up the weather. It feels cooler today. And blessed to say it might be a cool day in 5 degrees. Wow. It says it feels like it's 92 outside, but the high will be 97. Okay, well, I mean, there have been days where it says it feels like 112. So, I mean, it's an improvement, I'd say. I think also it depends how relaxed I am. I can really feel like far more like way cooler temperature wise. So if I sit in a chair and don't move much, that also helps. Yeah, save on how many layers you've seen. Like for a Kickstarter, we made like a concept art book, and like that was so cool. Also like how many mistakes we went through. I think it's kind of normal. You just to make a game, you're gonna make mistakes. I've had concept art books where they'll show like all the iterations they went through, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so much. Oh, okay, let's cover this part, and then we'll see if I like change the color of the lights. If we need darker green, if that's weird, or what. I'm missing something. No, I'm not. It's sometimes I didn't want to take the color. That does feel weird. I think it's best to just keep the colors as they are. Yes, maybe. But it's already feeling better. So just this a little bit. That's like what people be doing body of that. Good. Oh, pretty simple. I'm excited to be done with this. But I feel excited now because I feel like I have so much more direction. Greg says he's our consultant. He's a really good consultant. And animator and 3D modeler, like that is exactly what this project needed. And yeah, we've talked for many, many hours now on like making this game feel good. Uh, right? So the feet feel good, that like feels good. I think the tongue is fine. The right chair is in a good position. I will just add line work here. Ew. Yeah, I know. It's just a lot of these enemies feel like they're just parasites incarnate. Like they just become really gross and filthy. That's why I'm gonna edit this a bit because it's a little too close to a reference that I found. The sentient ball of filth. So I was like messing with some other ideas. What we're gonna do is like kind of make it like a ball of dirt with like cobblestone pieces like from the level. They can hide, jump out at you, roll around, kind of roly poly style. And they have a bunch of big eyeballs on their bodies, so it'll be a similar design. This is so freaking itchy. Um, I'm gonna and hide in rubble. Yeah. So I'm just waiting for Greg to send me the Blender file, and then I can just use that to draw the concept art. I like to have the concept art. We don't have to, but definitely helps get an idea. It's good for future content. Like again, I could add these concepts to like the concept art book, like a part of the Kickstarter, one of the Kickstarter benefits, like for people who back us. So yeah. see. So, welcome in, Michael. I hope you're having a great day. By the way, Michael, I wanted to say that, like, Greg and I were talking last night again. I'm using as much time as I can before his baby is born. But anyway, and he's been so available. It's so amazing. He'll just like hang out in the voice chat in our server and just like we'll talk for hours. Uh, but I think like we've been doing the waterfall workflow approach, and it kind of got us into this situation. I'll talk to my brother soon about it, and I have a much better idea now as to like the path of least resistance. We're gonna use the sound effects and stuff. But I definitely, and I told you yesterday, like I wanted to be more combat related sound effects. But I think like we psyched ourselves out thinking that we had more of a game than we actually did. Now I'm not saying like what we did, we sucked, and it was totally wrong. That's not what I'm saying. Um, it's just the order of things that we were getting done. We were just pushing off the combat like a lot, and just being able to shoot projectiles is not enough. Like you gotta be able to aim and stuff. So sound effects are more like polished, but they can make the combat more fun. So Greg thinks that, we set out to do sound effects too early for like where we were in the project. Welcome, Shadow from YouTube. Welcome. And welcome to 32-bit kid. Um, but you're a part of the project now, Michael. And like, I love the sound effects. And I honestly can't fathom living much longer working on this project without sound. So it's like, game development, there's not always like this surefire way to do things. I think in our situation, getting more sound effects in as soon as possible would be extremely motivating. I mean, depending on how things go, I might even be the person to implement it and get into the programming of it. Maybe it's gotta happen soon. It's gotta happen soon. So yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts on that. I just wanted to share that with you. Uh, a lot of things I'm thinking about right now. I don't even know where to begin. Where should I got a left leg. Oh, hey, Jocelyn. Always picking up a place where there's stuff to get a feeling of where things are going and get motivated. Exactly. And you know what? Like, I made a lot of excuses for myself as to why, like, it was just not time. Like it was time for having polished assets. Um, and I think I shoot myself in the foot, but this was such a valuable lesson. Like I tell people, I've been doing this for 14 years, working on games, had a lot of projects, and I've had some break time here and there. But then it's like, well, we have never released a game yet. And it's been just a little, bunch of projects and stuff. So it's like, well, I need motivation with seeing a polished project. So we're just gonna waterfall this. But I didn't verbatim say or think that, but it is what it was doing. And then it got us in a really tiresome place. Um, Something before I answer your question. Oh, a yakai. Um, so This is so we went through a lot of changes with the enemies. No, it's not a yakai. It's like one of the enemies we're making that are just possessed by darkness, essentially. And like some of the enemies you can redeem. So it's like you take the power of light and you can return these beings, these possessed beings, back to their like purifying the spirit, pretty much. But not all of them, because then it would become kind of exhausting. So it's like bigger enemies, boss enemies. You have the chance to do that, and you could get special rewards from it. There are benefits to doing it and not doing it. So I want the player to feel like they have freedom to choose. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys the other enemies as well. So okay, so I named this Watcher. It's like this bat. Michael says, not going to lie, I did feel like I was coming into the process a little early as well, but I'm never developed games, so I wasn't sure. Yeah. And by the way, I don't regret anything. How else would I have known? How else would I have known any of this, right? And I feel that, like, everybody's kind of looking for something different in their project, like what would really like boost the team's morale. So I feel like the sound effects would be really helpful. To be going 14 years and not actually release a game, like you start to get like bitter. I don't know. Just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, and just does it have certain elements of a game where it actually feels like a game now? And like for me, music and sound effects are like huge for that. If I don't have that after all this time, what am I doing? But I want it to be like to make sense as well. I don't want to like, you know, it's very abstract. It's very abstract to like pick when to do each thing. Sentient ball of filth. I'm just showing jaw here. So like this was the initial idea, but it's a little too similar to reference that we found. So we're gonna take away. We might have bones. I don't know, but we have big eyeballs and on the body, and they can roll around like charge fire. They might be able to like grab like a weapon from their back and throw it, or just swing with it. But yeah, I love the sentient ball of and the watcher. So got a really freaking big eyeball. Um, yeah. Michael says, I totally get it. I felt similarly back when I was performing more and trying to be successful in bands. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I know there's a decision or a couple of decisions that don't have to take so much time to like implement in game for us to all feel like reprieve, like a breath of like, oh, thank you. I caught like my breath a bit because I mean, it's been 2.5 years for us, so I just feel really exhausted. And like, what's energizing is you feel and see the project moving forward, and like it feels cohesive and it's fun. Um, some of the stats and UI that we have, like I may simplify a lot of it because it's just a lot. It's like we've never released a game, like let alone a Souls like it doesn't have to be a Souls like be an ARPG or something. But I think most people don't really love staring at like menus for hours, like trying to Like I've played all the Souls like games from From Software, and there's still some stats that I'm just like, it's just too much. Hey, Shadow, I'm more sleep deprived than yesterday. But I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay enough to show my face on stream, so that's good. Thank you. I hope you're doing well, Shadow. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna finish with the lights here and just make sure it feels all right. Uh, um, I'm sounding like Greg. I copy people's laughs, I copy the way that they talk, and it's just like unconscious behavior. I think we all kind of do that, but I just caught that because he does the blah blah blah. Michael says, I agree with that too. Too many stats. Mostly people don't do enough playthroughs to really fully understand all the stats. Yeah, exactly. I probably put into all the Souls like games like 2,000 hours, 3,000 hours. I don't know. There's tons of stats in Elden Ring, Dark Souls 3. I don't know. And it's just too much. Like instead of having insight and trust, like I know I'm trying to like for regular magic, insight, for just like magic, trust. We could, but also we don't have to have stats for defense for all these different types of attacks. What if some of it is a part of like gear stats? You could still level up the character maybe, or maybe it's just more around gear. But we're trying to like do everything, and it's just too much. Like I saw my brother's updates yesterday. Him and I are supposed to talk soon. But he's like implementing all this old stuff, and I'm just like, oh boy, we may not even keep a lot of it, but whatever. Just, he'll reach out to me when he's able to talk. But if he's mad, told you we needed to talk. Don't work on the game more until we're all on the same page. That's just my thought. But Jaw says some people probably like spending time in menus, maximizing stuff, but maybe not your target audience. Yeah. I mean, hey, if it's like I was playing this game Winter Burrow, it's adorable. It's they have a demo out and it looks like a children's like illustration book. This I mean, it's adorable, but it's also a very sad story. But it's like a survival game, and there is a lot of like menu time that you play, but that's fine, and it's not even that complicated though. Our menu is insanely complicated, and I want to appeal to like more beginner level audiences or like gamers that are like, I don't really like Souls likes. I would probably think it's too hard. But yeah, like this game is adorable. I haven't seen a game that looks quite like this, and yeah, it's called Winterboro. It's adorable. I like exploring areas and like crafting gear, and like you get different tools and then you are able to break through a new place in the world where it's like just this immense level of satisfaction. So you solve these puzzles and blah blah blah. Anyway, I'll share the link there. It's really cool. At least 4 hours of gameplay in the demo. So um really? That's so cool, y'all. Some of your friends worked on it. That's so awesome. I think I saw the demo like on X, and that's how I found it. Some of my favorite demos, that one or just games. Queen's Domain, Underkeep, and of course my friend, he's making Mortal Crux. But yeah, oh, well, that's good, Shadow. I hope you're enjoying your lunch. Do have a graceful rest of your shift. I'll see you later, Shadow. Um, Michael says, I think especially where the art direction is going with this game, it might attract a younger audience. They definitely don't want to overwhelm them with too many steps. Yeah. Um, there was also something interesting. You might have heard about it, Michael, but like we just like changed the scale of the textures in our game for the environment, like by half the detail. So like the walls have no, or it's I guess a quarter. I don't even know. It might be half. I think it's half. But so like if a 3 meter by 3 meter wall had all those cobblestones before and we cut it down by half, it's amazing what that just does to open up the space. Like you don't feel like you're in this tiny claustrophobic hyper detailed dungeon with like anime cell shaded characters because the balance is better between like instead of it being a more hyper realistic environment. Like, yes, I know I can do that. And I think I had to prove that to myself. Like that I can make a game look good, but next to the characters, it just wasn't matching. And I knew that. I thought initially I found a good balance, but when we cut down the detail, I realized, wow, this actually feels way better, and more detail is not always better. It's not. Plus, it gets kind of boring. You see, like, all of these things that have amazing detail, but it's been done a million times. Like, yeah, I think Great has been giving us so much helpful advice. All right. Then just a little touch up on the wrappings, but after this, I'm going to move on to the watcher enemy. Right. It's a slight change, but I think it's helpful. And I'll share that in the death trap. So, now the next one is the culture. Mark this is bigger ears and bigger paws. Spread thing. If we can get bigger about this point. Jesus Christ, the volume was so loud. Oh, I need a heart attack. What even happened? Whoa, I reached the goal of something. I hit 40 something. What was that? I wish I could find out. I'm awfully curious. Whoever did anything nice, thank you. Oh, okay. I reached 40 followers. like I'm like flash sweating and what? I forgot the volume was this loud in my ears. I just don't have any music going right now. So. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I worked very hard to get to 40. But you guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm happy with this so far. I'm just gonna blur this. I assume, Jaw, you are a dev as well, or you just have a lot of dev friends. What kind of music genres do I like? I like most genres lately. What I've been into, well, you already know probably. Like Nordic epic music specifically. I feel like I have that like inner Nord inside of me, just wanting to scream at the top of mountaintops, or the top of mountains. I like frequency music, anything that's relaxing. I like listening to just running water, like a waterfall or a river, and just listen to that while I'm working. Um, and I've been listening to a lot of like techno music and stuff. Spotify open now. There was a song I heard yesterday I really liked. Well, okay, first off, I Found Love by Owl City. That is such a heartwarming song and very emotional. Then there's Paper Rain by Andrew McCahon. In the Wilderness. That's what his artist name is. I really like the music artist NTO and a song called Organica, but that's by Alpine Universe, one of the Nordic epic uh bands that I listen to. I like Lane 8, Odessa. There's some stuff I go back to, but I typically don't listen to like heavy metal or rap or anything like super angry or like I like power and I like happiness. Those are my go-tos. I used to listen to a lot of like rap and heavy metal and stuff that was sad or just but I just feel like I'm done. I'm done feeling that way. It doesn't really help me feel better. I just kind of like, okay, it's what it is. If I'm feeling sad, I just meditate. That's how I handle it now. Oh, she played metal for 10 years? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I was into like most people, like Metallica, and I liked Breaking Benjamin, and then there was Skillet, which they weren't really metal, but and then I used to listen to Disturbed, like the big ones, but um, other than that, I didn't really venture too far off, I don't think. So that was bad. Um, but hey, metal, sometimes listening to heavy metal music or whatever is what somebody needs. And That's totally fine. It can feel cathartic. It's like this music gets me, like to the depth of my soul, is what I feel right now. And sometimes I think instrumental music really can capture what you're feeling. Like I think words can be very limiting when listening to music to feel like a therapeutic effect. Oh, but, multiple. Normal would be better, and then let's see, what's saturated. Ah, nice. Now I'm gonna make the ears bigger. Uh, let's see, Mike. It says, I agree because words tend to tell you how to feel most of the time. Exactly. Actually, my favorite pieces of music that have words are often just made up languages. Oh, yeah, because I could interpret the words however I want. Yeah, exactly. I think so often we look outside of ourselves to like tap into like, okay, tell me how to think, tell me how to feel. You know, this thing happened. There's people online, just projectile shooting their opinions all over the place, and it's just like, but how about you just like without looking outwards, you just feel how you do about it. But we don't realize, I think, how much programming through like music and media and different things just like can really influence how we feel without us just like checking in first with ourselves. Like, it might be good to just feel it, right? And I think that's what music is to me. Is it helps me feel more than analyze, and you're not really rushing to the next thing. You're just in it. It feels good. I love music so much. Like a lot of us do. I'm going to uh, I could change the shape of the ears. I feel like if I just were to make them bigger, it would feel a little awkward. So I'm pushing off going to the bathroom far too long. So I will be right back because it's time to go. Yes, Michael. I just it was really time to go. I just did not have time to put the emoji. Okay, so we're back. I like also music that like I just get hype or like I want to dance or like jump on my rebounder. There's a song called Keep Moving. And it has Odessa, Bronson, and Golden features. Three different music artists. That's a really hype song and I love it a lot. I'll share it with you, Michael. I'll share it in the chat, for everybody. Why not everybody get hype? Yeah. Um, I'm just thinking of like the overall shape, like a bat shape could be bigger like that, but I don't want it to get in the way necessarily. So the ears kind of fall behind the head, but I feel like bats, the ears are more in front. I'm not sure. Yeah, but, I mean, it depends on the bat, but the ears can be very big. So there's this post I found on Pinterest, and this is a real animal apparently. Fucking terrifying. The post says interesting stuff. This is a hammerhead bat. It's a real creature, and it's the shit nightmares are made of. Jesus Christ. It's looking at. Yes, this is good. This is exactly what I wanted to find. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Exactly. Yeah. But you know what is so amazing? It's like I think about this, like all the foods, all the animals in the world, plants, whatever that like we've never seen before. Like there's a lot we don't know, and they could look like just so weird. And it's like, oh, you made that up, and it's like, no, like there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of different animals that look like, especially in the ocean, we don't know what's down there. What kind of ears do I want to go with? I mean, this is kind of like the ears would be more out of the way of everything else. Also, don't want the ears to be too big because, like, I want the eye to be the biggest part. That's behind the body. I don't want them to look cheap though, but I don't really think it matters because they have little ears. They don't really look cheap. I'm trying to envision different ear shapes. Oh, it's something more sharp. Look at these, the sharp ones. I want these to function as ears. So I don't know. I don't have to. They have a big ass eye. Like they don't really need an amazing machine. They are called the Watcher. Like the reflex. So also great. Uh, Sentient. It's not it. No, it's not. It's Slayer. Thank you. Okay. So what if So I'm kind of wondering, like, if these are views, they would probably be pointing outwards. If they were pointing inwards, that would just defeat the purpose. Ears normally point outwards, otherwise we're just like not gonna get much from the environment. So it's like at this angle, you may not really see if I draw a line here. Type of thing. So spray. Okay, yeah. So lines. That is feeling better. Yes. Okay. That is the watcher. That word edited always confused me. It really only has one T. I don't know if I'll leave this planet remembering that. Uh so I want to update the base area as well. So now it's two new enemies. Anyway, I'm great to see it's going to be one file. So we're gonna stick with Barley and Bird for now, I guess. We can have like an arts rate version of that or whatever as well. We'll start with melee. So one of the two enemies you'll be able to redeem in this is a giant of some sort. So I'm gonna start gathering some giant references. I'll switch my screen. Not sure ref open. Okay. Before I do that, I transform. Okay, that's way easier than me manually say sizing it every time. So, silver, and then this is pure ref and the bright. They delete that for now. It's the giant. I kind of envisioned them already. Like they have like hair on their back, very tall. I'm also kind of thinking we have a purple, green, and I'm not quite sure what color the ball of sentient filth is going to be. Unless it's like that's brown. Yeah. Um, it's like a kind of albino or ash colored looking giant. Might be cool. So grab some references here. And I think they'll be top heavy for sure. So you may be able to like weaken them at their feet and then knock them over. Creepy looking enemy. Enemies with like a lot of teeth or like mouths that are just really, really big. Any sort of like feature that is just exaggerated can really look very creepy, like this one. Well, we already have an enemy with one eyeball, so I don't want to keep that already. I think it's like a top heavy giant. I feel like they're carrying something on their back. So that's why I like this one. Elephant or a mammoth. It's not one I thought of. Feel that would be cool. Different. It's an interesting mask. The giant was wearing a mask. I love big hats too. I love that armor. Oh my god. I'll save that for reference. Like those. Let's see. Right here. Oh, like just some chick in like a skin tight dress with a night helmet on. Like, I don't understand what the goal of this was. Let's see. See. That's so creepy with the bells on the face. Maybe if they had long hair, uh, kind of connected to a mask. I don't even know what the boss is going to be yet. It would need to make sense for the story and not be too difficult to animate. Like a giant ant. Like mixed with something else too, I think. I think I'm gonna do what Greg recommended. Try blocking out the enemy concept in 3D. Oh, and like, you know how much I love mushrooms. If they grew on this enemy, they don't have to though. Oh, it's sort of like, I like the ants that have like glowing insides to them. I think that's good for now. So what I'm gonna do is organize this and then open up Blender. Yeah, but some of these details, I mean, I could, I'll do it 3D. I know. It's like, I want to try the new thing. Just do it, man. Think you'll like it. You don't know until you try. It's probably a good reason why Greg does it this way. So, so and something I'm realizing that would probably be really helpful is like putting the size of the Mara in the references, but why don't we do that now? uh, She is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 1.6 meters tall. With this flavor, actually, let's put her down here. Okay, good. Okay. I don't have to draw her that big. It's just use the reference image. Uh, where's the threshold? I can get rid of the grid. All right, that makes it a lot easier. Move on to more important stuff. So, well, then, oops, this is not true. Keep it half the size. This reference. This feels like a pretty good size as well. Like smaller in this one. Maybe. Legs are gonna be a lot longer than this. If I want them to be able to fit into a pile of rubble, I don't want them to be so huge. Body itself in the center is not gonna be that big. But I think to fit this enemy in this concept. Name, say, all of sentient filth. Yes, see, I called it something else here. Ball of sentient filth. That makes sense. Okay. I'll change the name of it later, whatever, doesn't matter. Ball of sentient filth. Where the guardian bird for the file actually is the Eldoria assets. I'll put her in here too. So reference see how this is all rotated. This is not working. I don't understand that. Okay, this is a different size entirely. Okay, so guardian bird. This is so huge, so this what's the just about the same. Oh, actually, this is far taller. Anyway. Okay. Here, like Let's scale them down a little more. So we got water everywhere. The size. Sherry, I'm going to each. Oh, I'll put it in here. It's best to have it than to know it. So all these. I'll update the silhouette. I want everything to be accurate. Okay. Example. All right, this is the updated silhouette. So instead of updating like the chat in this, I'm just gonna update the beach theory and tell people to go check it out. It's just too much work. Or just one source of truth. It's easier for everybody. So the water, magenta. And come on. I'll replace it. Add this. So I have Rattoad, I have the water, and I will soon update this once Greg gives me the lockout and the burning bird. Yep. Okay. Okay, working on the giant. So I have a bunch of references. I'm gonna block that out now. Let's call this giant for now. Very person. Just gonna delete all of this. So at the end. So yeah, we're gonna block out so I think what I'm gonna do is since I just hit 2 hours, I'm gonna continue working on this in our Discord server. We do have every Sunday and Monday something called a creator group session. So we anybody can just join the voice chat. People work on music, editing videos if they're streamers, anything game related, art related, whatever. If you're a creator, or if you just want to watch, you can chill out with us there. But that event isn't going to be starting soon, so I will be ending the stream here. If you're new to watching me stream, welcome. We are working on, as of right now, it's a Souls-like, called Eldoria, where beneath darkness awaits light while you dig deep enough. We do have a cozy Discord server, website. I post monthly updates. We have a newsletter if you want to sign up. But really, my favorite part of it all is the Discord server. So to highlight that so it's easier for you guys to find. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description. But yeah, so lots of game devs, gamers, streamers. I am going to be continuing working on this over there. But I do appreciate you guys all for watching. And let's see if I can actually do this correctly this time. Buddy plays a lot of Elden Ring Nightshade. If I spelled it correctly. I haven't rated in a long time. Right. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will be playing on Tuesday. Probably see stars. We're gonna go raid my friend. Bye.